Welcome to episode 5 of our Transport Fever playthrough. And that's good. Yes, we are in the Highlands and Islands scenario. Hopefully getting people transported. Full speed. Let's go full speed. How's the budget doing? It's doing alright. We have 3 lines that are pulling in money that are then helping to cover for the 2 lines, but really the big 1 line that hoping we'll figure out later why. Yeah, I don't know why that. Oh, maybe. Ooh, never thought about this. Maybe it isn't taking these into the town enough, or at all. So let's think about that. Just a. Oh yeah. No, I'm a fool. I'm a took. All right, this is where we have to actually deliver the whiskey to. So the whiskey just couldn't get there. All right. So. Say that I was whiskey and rye. I don't know. I don't know enough about whiskey to make a pun like that, but whiskey delivery. That's not how you spell delivery. Delivery. I don't know if that's how you spell it either, but it exists. Pick up the whiskey. Deliver it to the place where the people drink the whiskey. Bus stop. Oh no. This looks like a transportation. Right? Did I put down the wrong building? Truck unload stop, yeah. Glasgow Exchange, yeah. Make sure that they've got cargo-related stuff happening, right? Oops, that's bad. No, cargo, yeah. Okay, so that one's allowing us to buy cargo-related things. Construction locked. I don't know what's going on with that. Whoa. Well, hopefully this will start working. But if not, then we can be confused. Uh-oh. That's not good. It's not even picking this up as a cargo line. Station types don't match. Bus stop and train station. Oh, I see. So yeah, we just can't not allowed. So we'll have to have a truck stop to pick up the whiskey. This is turning out to be very whiskey business after all. So I'll show myself out. Alright, so that should work. There we go. Alright, let's see if that has helped solve things. Now we might have to rebuild the whole shipping area up here. Oh no, shipment is happening. Shipments, they are starting to accrue. Alright, good. See where those barrels start stacking up. If they do, they seem to have like a outside area. Oh, there it is. They're just boxes of barrels, you know how that goes. So that's good. We've figured it out. It is all about making sure you have an end destination for the goods that you want to produce. That is good to know. And we're succeeding at that, so that's good. Alright, so then this ship is going to start making money. Hopefully, probably. When they are able to get back to port and come back around. I wish you could be like, no, come back! But that's good. They are loading up the transport shipments. Going up. Good. Still want to know what the heck is going on here. Weird things. Strange, mysterious circle. Is that a Scottish thing? Secret ghost on a buggy or something that drives in a endless roundabout? Also, check on this. Okay, so the shipment side of things, we've never quite been able to get up to there. Actually... Alright, so we can take 16 at a time now. Oh, Kapoya, Kapoya! Bring it in. Alright, hopefully they'll raise demand to match the increased ability to supply. Or increase their supply. It looks like iron is still a problem. Alright, so let's add 2 more iron. Jeez. Jeez Louise. What's the deal with your ability to take iron? It's a horrible... Totally not Seinfeld. Actually, I don't know what YouTube's policies are on... All I know is on Twitch you can't... I guess it's more of like you're not... It's not like anyone thinks that I'm Seinfeld. Or thinks that I'm Obama. So I guess never mind. That's not against the terms of service. And same with this. Like, you can do an impression as long as you're not trying to deceive with the impression. Alright, so there we go. The iron is kind of flowing. We need like a kind of man. Sort of iron man to take the iron from one place to the other. There we go. It's starting to build up. It's starting to build up. How's the steel doing? Say production is up. Looks like steel and coal are good as well. Consumption is rising.
The new workers from the Highlands are remarkably productive as they slave away. To keep them in a good mood and make sure they don't fall for any kinds of rebellious activities, precautionary sedation is called for.
God.
Whisky from the Western Isles is excellently suited to this purpose. Supply the city with cheap booze that pacifies the dissatisfied, so that subversive activities don't get started. Plunge into the wonderful world of spirits. Thanks to your supply, no one will be left high and dry.
Deliver 25 whiskey to the commercial area of Glasgow. Commercial now, eh? Ooh. Because of our steel, Glasgow is a growing town. And once the whiskey begins to flow, so too will the babies? I guess not the babies, just people moving in. It's not... You don't have to have children. Immigration. There we go. Now, are we bringing the whiskey? Oh, that is the commercial part of town, yeah. Oh, it looks like things have even hit new levels. Supply rating. Alright, so we can oh, I guess, yeah, the whiskey has yet to flow. Whiskey's still on board. That's a lot of whiskey. Alright, so I guess I don't have to worry about them loading up the ship with whiskey. Oh, look at that. Once the transport gets filled up, then the level of the distillery will start to increase as well. Alright, so the HMS FFL, I'm sure, is about to turn a profit. And it's going to be a good profit at that.
Without fail, some of the whiskey oddly disappears in transit.
Uh-oh.
Is it likely that it evaporates out on the open seas?
Yes.
Is it the legendary Angel Share that imperceptibly vanishes there? If it is, then the angels must be awfully thirsty.
Ho, ho, ho.
A ship sails through the locks of the Inner Hebrides, rolling from side to side in peculiar curves. Word has it that cheerful singing coming from the steamer was heard on shore.
Uh-oh.
Captain Klein says the ferrymen are very poorly paid, so they might have occasionally treated themselves to a sip from the cargo. That just won't do, of course. If at all, then they ought to get drunk like self-respecting people do it, inside a good pub where it's nice and cozy.
Supply the pub with whiskey. Ah, good, yes. Oh, literally. Oh. Glasgow pub. It's actually a source of whiskey. Alright, will this cover that? Yes. Okay, good. So we're going to be giving whiskey to the town, giving whiskey to the pub. There's a lot of money to be made here. Alright, so this... I think we're about to see this negative red jump up, this number. Maybe.
Thanks to you, throats are well lubricated all over Glasgow. But on an empty
400,000.
stomach, the water of life makes people anything but lively. What's required is a sound basis in the form of solid food. A new dish is currently on everyone's lips. Deep-fried fish with deep-fried potatoes. What a culinary delight! Help this masterpiece of British cuisine to triumphant progress. Your services are going to stuff the city's jaws and provide fishing operations on the Atlantic with record sales.
Alright, so it looks like we're able to deliver whiskey to the city. And we're turning a healthy profit from it as well. So iron ore and coal both make up the bulk, but look at that. The whiskey route has leapt up to 3rd place, with blue steel turning a healthy profit as well. Good. Alright, so they want us to build a cargo station at the fishery and use tracks to connect it to Glasgow. Tracks. Their services are going to stuff the city's jaws with providing fishing operations. Okay. Now, do we want to deliver them by boat? Since we already have that kind of set up? Probably. Where even is the demand for fish? Okay, so fish and booze are going to the exact same space. So I'm thinking we'll just want a fish boat as well. Even though we could do a similar thing that we did in the last scenario, where we just have like a side-by-side road, railroad. Take them all the way into Glasgow. All right, let's do that. It's each will work. All right. Looks like it's gonna be on this side. Good. Alright, then we're gonna have a designated station. Or just a bunch of we could have a bunch of vehicles take the fish over here, and then the fish could get on the train, as fish do. And I think that's what we're gonna have to do. Alright. That could work, maybe. Hopefully that works. Hopefully that works. I don't know if that's gonna work. Jesus. Okay, we'll see if that works. Oh. Alright, so far this has been good. This has worked. Just widen that tunnel. That doesn't necessarily strike me as the safest tunnel in the world. But it doesn't need to be. Just needs to be safer than the competition's tunnel. Also surprised that this is going to work. No, it's not. Yep, it is. Oh god. Alright, alright. Alright, so that should prevent any sort of clump-ups. Clump-mumps, as they don't ever say. Alright, let's put together a truck station. I imagine there's going to be a lot of fish built up. Actually. Run there. Okay, and then we'll just have the depot as close to train station as possible. Alright, so that's you drive into the woods and pick up the fish, you know, like normal people. And then we'll drop them off at the railroad in the middle of town, like normal people. This is gonna work. This is going to work. Something fishy. Definitely want to make it maybe sort of bluish, blue sea. Alright, so you pick up the fish there and you take them into town because the town is right there. Yeah, they don't like that. You can't say deliver it to the railroad. You have to say deliver it to the place next to the railroad, next enough to the railroad. So there we go. That'll work. And then, of course, we'll have a new line. Fishy rails. Oops. Fishy rails will run from Fort William into Glasgow. Oh, then I guess we have to figure out. Yeah. Is that? Oh, thank goodness. All right, and this be another fishy adventure. Glasgow fish. Yeah. All right, there we go. That'll work. So step one, get the fish moving over here. Let's buy 3 vehicles for that. Something fishy, check. Then that'll be 12 or so per cycle, which means you can probably do at least that. So we'll bring up steam engine. Let's keep the price down though. And you guys can handle fish, the box cars, good. 4 of them. Alright, 12. Actually, let's go up to 20. We can capture 20 stuff. Fishy rails. There you go. Alright. And then into town, which I think... How's that whiskey coming along? Oh, good. They're about to bring in more. Ooh, a lot more. Alright, let's add 2 more vehicles to the existing whiskey route. And then 3 for Glasgow fish. 1 more for whiskey. Whiskey delivery. since it seems to kind of dissipate at its own way from the delivery place if we don't deliver it. So I just realized I think all of these people, they don't know that they're delivering different things. So they're all going to pick up whiskey and then they'll all pick up fish as the fish arrives. So I guess it doesn't really matter. Ooh, that's something we'll have to figure out though. If someone has a whiskey, let's see what the Glasgow fish does. Because Glasgow fish doesn't know that it's only supposed to be fish. I mean, even just let's see. What are you up to, road vehicle 25? Oh, there we go. Oh, good. Okay. Somehow they seem to maybe magically know that they're not supposed to pick up fish. Whoa, that's a lot of good. Oh, nice. Uh-oh. Glasgow fish is filled up with whiskey. Yeah, they're drinking with the fishes. Alright, let's see how the fishes are doing. Take time. Alright, fisher rails do have fish. Alright, good. Now, have we not supplied the pub? Does it need, like, its own unique drop-off point directly in front of it? So. Alright, well, we'll give its own pub flow. There's plenty of whiskey to go around. Plenty of whiskey. So we'll supply this pub with whiskey. This will be a new line. This will just be Glasgow pub. We'll put one vehicle on it. So that should hopefully deliver whiskey directly to the pub to accomplish that objective. Yeah, fleecy charge, the ferryman's wages. Alright, hopefully it'll work. See, go. Oh, they didn't pick. Why did. So they didn't actually pick up any whiskey on the way to the pub. Reverse. Let's see. It's gonna be goofy. Yeah, so far nothing. Wait. Plenty of whiskey. So where do we have more whiskey coming? Ooh, yes. Good. And the bottom line has been probably the most stable set of incomes that we've had in the playthrough so far has come from this map. So lots of thorns to potentially be won here if we do a viewers invest here. Alright. The Glasgow fish. Hey, here's the fish. No, those are passengers. No, those aren't. That's fish. Alright, so hopefully fish will start. Look at the fish. They look like apples and lettuce. That's what fish look like. So that's interesting to know that so far from I don't know if there's a way to differentiate, but currently there isn't. So that's something we'll have to bear in mind in the event. Let's say someone has a monopoly on whiskey, but not a monopoly on fish. We might have to have them delivered to different parts of the city, because it's hard to... Although the terminals, actually no, we just make multiple terminals, so never mind. It'll just take up more space, but it could work. I think. I believe. I don't want to try it out, but I think, yeah, that'll work. You just set up like 3 different terminals. If we had 3 different companies, one that was doing whiskey to the city, one to the pub, isn't getting its whiskey yet, and then one for the fish. And then each line would directly do that terminal. Where is that? Pub. A new vehicle is available. The BR-89 Prius T3. Cool. Ooh. A triple-coupled tank locomotive without trailing axles. One of the first steam locomotives to be built according to standards. So it has a slower top speed and more expensive per year. But it produces a little bit less emissions, weighs less, has a longer lifespan, does produce a little bit more power. Okay. Here's the Glasgow pub. Alright, it's got the whiskey. Going inland, going to the pub. Someone's got turkeys. Stuck behind traffic. On full speed. Here we get a nice view of the city of Glasgow. I'm going to deliver directly to the pub.
Slime chat, as they say around here. Lately, people have been quenching their thirst and staying dry at the same time.
Cheers. Alright, so now we just have to wait for the fish to get in. Ooh, good. People are bringing fish on the whiskey delivery, because, you know... I mean, it's just because I didn't make it so that it would work. But, yeah. You can differentiate different lines that are wholly unique. I just didn't do that. Alright. So this is episode 5, or has continued to be episode 5. And it is probably going to be... Oh, a cargo station at the fishery. Oh, I guess that's why I think we're delivering fish to the city. Yes, we are, but it doesn't actually count it. Okay. I see how it is. Alright, but anyway, this is going to be episode 5, probably the last episode. The YouTube is going to become much more in service to the Twitch channel. A little bit of a bumpy, not bumpy road, a very smooth transition or expansion into YouTube so far. But the Twitch channel is still the heart of the channel, or the kind of community, and so the views and interactivity that an individual YouTube playthrough gets will not, at this time, directly dictate really anything. Initially, it had been this idea that I could have kind of independent YouTube series that kind of stem away from Twitch, but I think just there isn't... we aren't established on YouTube enough to do that kind of stuff, and also I'd been kind of getting behind on making actual like tutorial videos for the games we're going to play on Twitch, and so that's kind of what this... this is more of just a showcase, because we were able to get this copy as a press copy, and so I wanted to definitely be able to try it out for myself. I've really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to get to the later missions where things get even crazier and more complex, because they do a good job of just slowly layering things on. You go, oh, okay, that's how that little thing works. Oh, okay, this is how I accidentally combine my whiskey and my fish together, or how I can separate them. So that's good. But if we do a full playthrough, it would be over on Twitch, and probably as a viewer's invest, most likely. And so even if, well, I guess, yeah, it'd be, well, we'll see. Oh no, yeah, it just means that there's only going to be 4 or 5 episodes per tutorial playthrough now, instead of what we did with, like, well, not the original Unity of Command. That was a lot of fun, doing that 27 episode thing. But just means that a playthrough on YouTube probably won't go to the full end throughout the entirety of the game, at least for now. If you're seeing this in the future, then far future, like beyond 2020, then things have probably changed. But if you're watching this at present, well, relatively present in the year 2020, or the first half of the year 2020, then that's how things are going to be proceeding. Alright, so it looks like the game wants us to build a cargo station, which is definitely railroad. At the fishery, use tracks to connect it to Glasgow. So we might just be able to connect it, even though it doesn't actually do anything. Oh gosh. This might be expensive. Oh, what I'm doing. Whoa, whoa! Oh, because we're coming out of the mountainside. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. And here's my train. Take my fish.
The fish out in the Atlantic fleet, thanks to your efforts, the industrial metropolis of Glasgow is really bursting into bloom.
All right.
The factories are supplied with inexpensive labour, and the workforce with hard liquor and fish. The City Council is grateful and has even proposed to Her Majesty Queen Victoria that you should be knighted. What an honour!
Truly. Alright, so we got this.
Thanks to your efforts, the industrial metropolis of Glasgow is really bursting into bloom.
That's expensive.
The factories are supplied with inexpensive labour, and the workforce with hard liquor and fish. The City Council is grateful and has even proposed to Her Majesty Queen Victoria that you should be knighted. What an honour!
Oh, so that was this, okay. So yeah, we're gonna just immediately destroy this, I guess, I don't know. That was multi-millions of dollars. But what magic can be done? This age of technological progress. Alright, so that's good. We've completed that. I want to... Well, let's see what's the damage. Ooh, yep.
A mysterious stone circle is going to transport you into the past, where you can help James Fraser, an equally courageous and passionate man, to win the decisive Battle of Culloden against the English Redcoats and write history in the process.
Ah, Outlander reference. Fun.
The stones don't reveal their secret to just anyone. Prove that you are worthy of their wonders. How is this achieved? Well, that's written in the stars.
The solution is really written in the stars. What? Is there nighttime in this game? Oh god, is this like a super hardcore? Mysterious stones are just terminals. Modify the carriage route and let it drive along the secret form. Oh, written in the stars. Yeah, I got it. All right. There we go. Yeah, like written at, like when you're making a star thing. Yeah. Uh-oh. That guy's still on it. There we go. All right. So hopefully he'll do that. All right. So he starts here. Yeah. Well, don't leave me. Alright, then he goes here. Yeah. Should go over here next, right? Alright. Yep. And over to here. Hopefully it doesn't matter the order that we do it in. Or that he's doing it backwards from what I originally thought he'd do. But let's see. Alright, then go over here. Come on.
The secret of the stones has been revealed.
Yay.
Although they didn't teleport you back to 1746. It was only to last Monday morning.
I mean, that could
But maybe that is better than waking up in the midst of a fierce battle.
Yeah. That'd be interesting, right? To, like, go back in time and stuff. Even a week. I don't know what I'd do, though. Would I hide? I'd have to eat food. Would I warn people about things that are going to happen in the week? That'd be crazy. Imagine if you could only go back 1 week. And, like, that's just... There's a lot of things you couldn't really warn people about or change, and yet there's a ton that you probably could. You could become a huge inside trader without meaning to, because no one could prove it. Alright, so that is the completion of that mission. Alright, so that's been mission 3. Highlands and Islands. To learn about islands and the bonus missions, I don't know, they're just something to do, I guess. I don't hate them, but they don't really add anything. Although, I mean, adding, some of them add some stuff that I go, okay, I like that. Like, this adding a whole area where you can deliver things and adds a little bit of flavor. I like that. And I guess this is okay. I don't know, I liked the snake coffee. But otherwise... Like the sheep counting one, that didn't really add anything. So they're hit and miss, those little bonus missions. But the base missions themselves I do like. You ooh, looks like we need more coal. Alright, let's add that to the coal. Let's see how the coal flows. Alright, how's our shipments doing? Good. Alright, there we go, more coal. Gonna be moving through. Excellent. So yeah, this is a definitely economically viable mission, most certainly. Lots of money to be made there, lots of thorns, potentially. Alright, so yeah, that will be the end with the clinking of the cha-ching, cha-ching and stuff. We'll end the episode there. This has been episode 5, our nice... about almost kind of 3-ish hour or so peek into Transport Fever 2. I hope we get to do a full Viewers Invest playthrough of it, if that is a format that you all enjoy. It is a newer kind of overhaul of how it used to be. It used to just be like you're giving me lives, and I don't know, it was very convoluted, didn't have a lot of depth to it. Now it's super depth of creating companies and stuff. By the time this comes out, we'll be deep into our Satisfactory playthrough over on Twitch. So that'll be exciting. All right, so yeah, this has been episode 5. If you've enjoyed it, if you've enjoyed these tutorial playthroughs, then definitely be sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to catch all the Squire Squad tutorial action here on YouTube. But don't forget to go over to twitch.tv/SirSquire to find our live playthroughs where you play a direct role in how each playthrough unfolds. So that is a lot of fun. Link in the description down below. I'll see you all probably in the next tutorial series, but maybe also at episode 6 of Transport Fever. I would love to get to play some more. So we'll see. And hope you all have a great rest of your day. I don't know how to end these, apparently.